Back to art, boys and girls. Today we're going to be doing a little holiday activity today. We're going to be needing a pencil, something circular to trace will help. You don't need it, but it will help you. An eraser, and then eventually we're going to be using colors. So if you have some crayons or colored pencils with you, I'm going to be using a Sharpie for this, so you can see it better. If you want to trace over it with a Sharpie, after you're done you can, or any colored marker. So this is what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be making some ornaments with lights. We're going to be talking about the middle ground, which is in the middle of the paper, the background, which goes behind, and the foreground, which is in the way front. And you guys get to decorate your ornaments however you want, and with whatever colors you want. Same goes for the lights, and I'm going to walk you through how to. The first thing you want to do is in the middle of the paper, and again, use a pencil for this. I'm using a marker just so you can see it. If you do not have anything to trace around, like I'm using a roll of tape, you can just try to draw a circle the best you can. The first circle should be in the middle of the paper, and then what we're going to do is something called overlapping. So what we want to do next is make our next circle off to the left, and we're going to not make a complete circle, but we're going to stop. We don't want to go all the way through here. We want to make it look like it's behind it. So our line's not going to continue, it's just going to stop when we touch this first circle. I'll show you again without the tape. So the next circle is going to be up here, big rainbow line, and then touch the first circle. Don't go all the way through. This one looks like it's behind it. Now let's do another one over here. And maybe one more back here. Then each ornament has a little hook. So part of the bulb, we're going to do, let's do the first one right here. A rectangle on top with some lines, another little rectangle, and then the hook is a spiral. And you can put these however you want. So some are like laying down, and off to the side, we'll put one right here. And we'll do this one right here. There we go. Then we want to add something called a reflection. So ornaments have a reflection, so they reflect light because they're kind of shiny and glossy. So how we make a reflection is you can do a rectangular shape or a triangle towards the top of the ornaments. Like that, on each one. Then we are going to do the background. We'll come back to detailing these a little bit later. We're going to make some lights hanging in the back. So our first strand of lights is going to be like a U shape and another U shape. And each light bulb is kind of like the shape of a football or a teardrop shape. I'm making some go up and some go down. So there's a little rectangle or square, and then the bulb. And this is for our background. You can make as many lights as you want. So we have our middle ground, our background, and we're going to do a foreground next. The foreground is going to be towards the bottom of the paper, And we're going to make a strand of lights that's kind of wavy and almost like they're laying next to the ornaments. Something like that. Make a nice wavy line across your paper. And we're also going to do the same thing as above with the Christmas lights, but these are going to be larger because they're closer to us. These are further away because they're in the background. So that means if they're closer to us, they have to be a little bit bigger. Curve and curve. Little square, curve, and curve. And there we go. Now the fun part is we get to decorate our ornaments. So I have decorated some with like sparkles, and you can do that with X's and then plus, or you can add a little bit of shine, and you can try to do like this shape here, and that is a pointy upside down V, a regular V, V to the side, both sides, and then little V's behind it, kind of like that. If you want to make a striped one, you can do striped. I'm going to let you decide how you want to decorate your ornaments. And I'm making curved lines because the ornament is curved. You could do polka dots. I'm going to let you guys get creative with yours. And then after you're all done, you get to color it in with crayons or markers. So I want you to keep working on this and being creative with your ornaments, and then get your crayons and start coloring. So this is what my finished artwork looks like. I hope you guys were really creative. As you can see, I colored in the lines. I did not scribble. I hope you colored in the lines as well. The ornaments, the hook part, I colored it in gray. I left the highlight white. That shows that it's shiny and reflective. The foreground I filled with colorful lights. The background also lots of different colors. So I hope you guys had fun on this project and you were very creative and you learned about middle ground, foreground, and background.